It is the end of another day, and I am so excited to be here with you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you are ready for some challenging thoughts tonight. I've got some stories that I'm going to share. I'm also going to share from Jordan Peterson. If you are not familiar with Jordan Peterson or you've not heard anything from him yet, be prepared to become a new fan. He is one of the top thinkers in our world today. I hope that you enjoy what I read tonight out of his book, The 12 Rules for Life. Thank you so much for joining me. For this backdrop, I feel like I need to sing a little song. I saw the light. Sorry, I just got a notification on my phone that my weekly recap is done. Let's see how my week was. If I could just angle this thing. Why can't I angle it? I think that I can. I can, but I can't move it left or right if I do that. Oh, decisions. I am so glad to see you again. You look great. Has anyone told you that today? You look really, really good. I'm glad that you're here because tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about the unknown. The unknown. I'll start off by asking you this. Are you somebody who likes change or do you fight change? The majority of the population fights change. They don't just dislike it. They actually will fight against it. I am one of those rare breeds who likes change. I enjoy the unknown, the uncertainty, the possibilities ultimately that come with change. I know what the normal, the mundane, I know what the predictable hold, but I crave something more. I don't know if you do or not, but because of this, because of my desire for change, I can drive people around me crazy. My wife in particular is one of those who I can just push because just when she starts getting settled in, I'm ready to change things up. And I saw the light, no more in darkness, no more in night. This has started since I was a little kid. I used to always change my furniture around in my bedroom, and my dad was one who actually did the same thing. And so, what am I saying so? I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. He understood it. I don't know why. I guess most people fight against it. They don't like it. They like for things to be the way they are, and once they get them set, they want to keep them that way. That's what's called order. I like to do things that are new. I like exploring new things. I like learning about new things. I like taking up new hobbies and challenges. I can drive my wife crazy. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Because the light up there, you know. Just because I like doing things and I thrive in that unknown does not mean that it always goes well for me. If you are somebody who is very spontaneous, you can understand exactly what I'm talking about. When I was 17 years old, I was still living at the house. My dad did not like piercings at all. I was completely opposed to them at the time. I was out with my friends and we were walking through the mall. We walked by this store that did piercings. Just on a whim, I'd been thinking about it for a little while. Hey, I'm going to go get my ear pierced. This was in the late 90s. I got my cartilage pierced. When I came home, my dad, I didn't set it up in the best way possible. I brought all my friends in the house with me to show off my new earring to my dad. He walked in the room. All of my friends are staring at me. They're staring at my ear. And I'm just trying to hold in this big grin. And my dad looks at me and he goes, "That's not real, is it?" Like he just anticipated that it was a fake earring. And I said, "No, it's real." I said, "I'm taking it out. I know you don't want it. I'm taking it out." And he goes, "Yeah, you're right." And so we went downstairs and we had a conversation about how terrible it was to have my ear pierced. I say that to say, just because I like the spontaneous and I thrive on it does not mean that it always goes well for me. So in Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules for Life, he starts off, well, he didn't start off, this is in the middle of it. That's too weird, isn't it? Is that weird? That's weird. I can't friggin' read it. Ah, shoot. In Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules of Life, he says the scientific world of matter can be reduced in some sense to its fundamental constituent elements, molecules, atoms, even quarks. However, the world of existence has primal constituents as well. These are the necessary elements whose interactions define drama and fiction. One of these is chaos. Another is order. The third as there are three, is the process that mediates between the two, which appears identical to what modern people call consciousness. It is our external subjugation to the first two that makes us doubt the validity of existence, that makes us throw up our hands in despair and fail to care for ourselves properly. It is proper understanding of the third that allows us the only real way out. Chaos is the domain of ignorance itself. It's unexplored territory. Chaos is what extends eternally and without limit beyond the boundaries of all states, all ideas, and all disciplines. It's the foreigner, the stranger, the member of another gang, the rustle in the bushes in the nighttime, the monster under the bed, the hidden anger of your mother, and the sickness of your child. Chaos is the despair and horror you feel when you have been profoundly betrayed. It's the place you end up when things fall apart, when your dreams die, your career collapses, or your marriage ends. It's the underworld of fairy tale and myth, where the dragon and the gold it guards eternally coexist. Chaos is where we are when we don't know where we are, and what we are doing when we don't know what we are doing. It is, in short, all those things and situations we neither know nor understand. Chaos is also the formless potential from which the God of Genesis 1 called forth using language at the beginning of time. It's the same potential from which we, made in that image, call forth in the novel and ever-changing moments of our lives. And chaos is freedom, dreadful freedom too. Order, by contrast, is explored territory. That's the structure of society. It's the structure provided by biology too, particularly insofar as you are adapted, as you are, to the structure of society. Order is tribe, religion, hearth and home and country. It's the warm, secure living room where the fireplace glows and the children play. It's the flag of the nation. It's the value of the currency. Order is the floor beneath your feet and your plan for the day. It's the greatness of tradition, the rows of desks in a school classroom, the trains that leave on time, the calendar, and the clock. Order is the public facade we're called upon to wear, the politeness of a gathering of civilized strangers, and the thin ice on which we all skate. Order is the place where the behavior of the world matches our expectations and our desires, the place where all things turn out the way we want them to. But order is sometimes tyranny and stultification as well, when the demand for certainty and uniformity and purity becomes too one-sided. Where everything is certain, we're in order. We're there when things are going according to plan, and nothing is new and disturbing. In the domain of order, things behave as God intended. We like to be there. Familiar environments are congenial. In order, we're able to think about things in the long term. There, things work and we're stable, calm, and competent. We seldom leave places we understand, geographical or conceptual, for that reason, and we certainly do not like it when we are compelled to or when it happens accidentally. You're in order when you have a loyal friend, a trustworthy ally. When the same person betrays you, sells you out, you move from the daytime world of clarity and light to the dark underworld of chaos, confusion, and despair. That's the same move you make and the same place you visit when the company you work for starts to fail and your job is placed in doubt. When your tax return has been filed, that's order. When you're audited, that's chaos. Most people would rather be mugged than audited. Before the Twin Towers fell, that was order. Chaos manifested itself afterward. Everyone felt it. The very air became uncertain. What exactly was it that fell? Wrong question. What exactly remained standing? That was the issue at hand. What remained? What remained? I don't know if that stood out to you the way it did for me, but I think about the times when I throw people a curveball and I ask them to do something new and they push back and they freak out and I don't understand why. And I used to try and think, what exactly did I need to say to alleviate their fears, to make them know that this is going to work out, this is going to be okay, this is going to do this is going to do that. But ultimately, what I'm fighting against is that unknown. They don't know, and they're scared of the unknown. And I can't know for sure. And I think that for me, what I got from this is that instead of trying to think about the ways that I can speak to all of their concerns with promises that I can't deliver, I need to stop and just reflect and say, it's okay that they are scared of the unknown. I can reassure them that I am not, that it may not be okay, but I'm not uncomfortable in the unknown. And that is what they can be certain of, is my ability to navigate the unknown. I guess tonight is going to be a little bit different of an ending because I typically end on something where I can speak to something that I'm certain of, but ultimately this is about the unknown. I will say that if you are facing the unknown, stop and recognize that that is the very thing about it that is so concerning. If you are somebody who is like me and who navigates the unknown fairly well, and you see people around you struggling with it, give them that grace to be scared of the unknown. Even if you're not, allow them to be, and speak to that journey through the unknown together, that you are not just jumping in thinking it's one thing and then going to be blindsided when it's another. That you may have dreams, you may have hopes, you may hope for specific outcomes, but that you are aware that it may not go that way. So I hope this was challenging. I hope it was thought-provoking. That's the thing that I want from tonight, that it's thought-provoking. If you enjoyed this and you are not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to the channel. I really, really would appreciate it. If you liked the content, please give me a thumbs up. If you liked it enough, share it on social media. And if there's anything that stood out to you or anything you'd like to add, please do that in the comments. I really do love hearing your thoughts. I love seeing conversations that can be spurred from one person's comment and then how the dialogue can go back and forth. So, and as always, if you are in the Lebanon area and would like to join me, I would love to share a cigar with you and change the world.